back to Max HP. Today I'm here with Andy and we're checking out his one-of-a-kind custom race truck today. All right, Andy, well, welcome to the channel. And tell me what we're looking at here.
It's a 1950 International L180. It's on a circle track late model chassis. It's got box sides from a Ford. It's got a LS motor with 4L80 transmission, 180-degree headers. Just fun to drive.
Okay, tell me about the LS.
The LS is a 350,000 mile out of box truck. I pulled it apart, went through it, milled the heads, just did a bunch of internal work.
No way.
More elbow grease than money is into this, and it runs good.
Really? So, 350,000 miles.
Yep.
You got it, so cheap engine.
Yeah, actually I got it for free. The guy rolled the box truck over and he wanted the box off of it, so I pulled the box off for him, delivered it to his house, and he gave me the rest of the truck.
No way.
So I pulled everything out of it. I rebuilt the motor, but the transmission still has 350,000 miles on it. So I haven't even gone through that yet.
Holy crap. So with the motor rebuild, you just tore it completely apart.
Yep.
It's all rebuilt. What'd you put in there?
It's just re-ring, dingle ball hone, cam bearings, Actually, the main bearings are still all 350,000 mile, but it's got new rod bearings. Yeah, just cleaning it up, freshening it up,
Okay.
Just renewing it all.
Yeah. Can we talk about the gearbox? What's going on there? Pretty just standard, nothing crazy going on?
It's a standard 350,000 mile 4L80E. It's got a Motion Raceworks ratchet shifter in it. It's got a quick change rear end in the back, which is awesome for straight cut gear noises.
Yeah.
So, so yeah, it's a good time.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm sure it sounds good. Excited to hear it. So let's talk about the outside, just appearance-wise.
Yep.
How did we get to where we're at right now? It's lowered. What's going on here?
It's full race car chassis. So none of it's original, none of it's really off the shelfish stuff. So it's all based on that chassis. Everything's based off a 3.5 and a 4-inch frame height.
Okay.
So everything underneath is above the frame, and it's all 3.5 to 4 inches up.
Oh my goodness.
So I can hit anything I want, and it doesn't matter.
Really?
And the splitter in the front, I kind of made that on purpose. So that's the lowest part. So if I hit something there, it's kind of tells me what's coming next. But it's got 10-inch wide wheels, front and back, drag radials, all 4 corners. So
sheesh.
It weighs 2,800 pounds without me in it.
Wow.
So it doesn't need much to get going.
No.
So
you just blow the tires off a lot of times?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Rear wheel drive, can you stick it all, trying to launch at all, or?
No, honestly, it kind of depends on the weather.
Okay.
Cold tires, cold road, definitely not.
Yeah.
But it usually doesn't have a problem doing a rolling burnout at 20, 30 mile an hour, even with the radials on it.
That's sweet. That's fun.
So wheel and tire, these are actually, it's a wide 5 hub. So that means the hub is most of the wheel assembly. So they're just a 15-inch Bassett with a Nitto drag radial.
Okay. Which
tire
looks awesome,
stickers.
by the way.
Yeah, I've always loved it. When I used to help on late models out at local track here, I loved wide 5s, I loved late models. So I just needed to put something together that was like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it's all Willwood stuff up front. It's got brake fins, brake cooling all in the front. Try to keep everything cool because it's a smaller, more compact setup, so you're battling some heat.
Yeah.
But everything seems to stay fine, so.
That's sweet. Awesome.
So it's got 180-degree headers. So I got 4 primaries that actually wrap under, so it matches firing orders and sounds a lot like a flat plane crank.
Okay.
The collectors are 3.5-inch. It's full 3.5-inch stainless with X-pipe and then Black Widow neighbor hater mufflers. They live up to their name, that's for sure.
Wow.
So
that's crazy. So when you got this truck, what was it like and how far has it come from, since you've owned it?
So the truck, the cab and front end came off of like it was like a 2.5-ton stake truck, big farm truck.
Okay.
So I got that and basically just plucked the cab and front end off of it. The front fenders were about this tall, so I cut, a good foot out of them to get it to sit like it does. Yeah, the box sides, because it didn't have a box on it, so the box sides came off of a late 70s Ford. Got off a guy in Marketplace. He was basically giving them away and they kind of matched the rust holes I already had, so.
No way.
Might as well.
Yeah.
So.
No, that fits perfect.
So in the Internationals, they open from both sides.
Okay.
So the nice part is you can actually just loosen it on both sides.
Well, that's pretty easy.
Makes it way easy to work on.
And it just stands up.
Yep.
That's crazy.
So those are the 180-degree headers. That's why they kind of wrap around goofy, because I wanted equal length primaries.
Okay.
Just to make everything sound a little more smooth.
Yeah. It'd be kind of fun to drive this without the hood on. Do you do that much?
I did that, I think, first drive of the year, first couple drives, just to make sure there's no leaks or anything. It's a lot easier if anything catches on fire. You know, then you can have easy access. So
yeah,
I don't usually do that.
Yeah, you can keep it more of a sleeper, of course.
It's more fun to kick the hood sideways and then just see people's reactions than it is just to pull up like this.
Oh yeah.
And also from the driver's seat, with that off, there is no point of reference. You can't see anything.
Oh really?
Past the windshield, I can't see anything. So
weird. Yeah, that's got to be weird.
Height of the hood is what gives you a reference point. So.
Interesting. Yeah, so that's helpful. All right, so with everything that's done to the motor, the full rebuild, what are we talking about for power? Estimated numbers, unless you've dynoed it and know, but.
Not dynoed, I want to get it on dyno this year. Roughly 4 to 450, I'm guessing.
Okay.
When I had it, I had a different combination intake on it that didn't flow as good as this one. I took it down to the drag strip, it ran 1190s at 110, which rough math says 400 to 500 horsepower.
Okay, with that weight.
Yeah.
Are you gonna keep going, or do you think you like it where it's at, or do you have plans?
I want to build an all aluminum 6.2, de-stroke it, and just get more RPM out of it, more reliable RPM.
Yeah.
The goal is I want to bang it off 8,500 RPMs all summer.
Oh yeah,
that's the goal.
That'd be fun.
So, and I like driving it, so I want reliable RPM. You know, I could send this one to the moon, but I don't know if I'd be driving it all summer then.
Yeah, that's fair. You want to keep it reliable. You don't want to drive it for a month and have to work on it for the whole year.
Yeah, I mean, I pull the motor out of it every winter and go through everything again just because I don't want to have midsummer problems, because I just want to drive it. I don't want to work on it in the summer, I just want to drive it.
Really?
So.
Yeah, no, that's fair. You got to enjoy it.
Yeah, pretty much everything is, I mean, the valve covers from Jags, but I mean, most of this stuff was not purchased. It was, I mean, the cylinder heads are factory cylinder heads, and I just went through, I did a bunch of porting on them. So it's just a lot of elbow grease and not a lot of buying stuff to throw at it.
Okay, that's cool.
So,
I like it.
If I die and my wife's driving this and she needs to replace parts, she's in trouble. Most of it's custom. So
it's done. If you're
I don't know, that's it. That's it.
Oh man.
So interior, so they're both Kirky seats from basically the floor pan and the firewall. I cut all that out. That's all new sheet metal. The doghouse, or where the shifter sits, that unbolts just to make it easier to access and service.
That's sweet.
I'm a mechanic by trade, so I always want to make things easy to work on, or as easy as I can.
That's good.
Just that, next to the center console is from a Wrangler, just a universal Jeep Wrangler center console.
Really?
Fits pretty good.
No way.
The dash is all digital. Kind of kicking myself because this new stuff does have the built-in Draggy system. It's got G meters and timers and everything, and
that is sweet.
I'd love to get my mitts on one of
yeah,
those, but
one thing at a time. Next year, you'll have it.
It's everything's a project.
Yeah,
so, but they usually come clad in a really nice 3D printed case and everything.
Okay.
It didn't really fit the motif, so a lot of the metal that I have cut out of this to do other work, I save all of that, and so the bezel that's around it is old metal cut off the truck. So
that is
just to
so
get it
cool.
to match.
That is so cool. Okay, well, I'm pretty pumped. The only thing left to do is get out and do some pulls.
Yeah, go for a rip.
All right, sweet, let's go.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah. Woo! Oh my gosh! That's awesome.
Thank you. Cool, thank you, appreciate it.
Oh my God! I'm curious on of course, in Mexico or on a track, what's the fastest you've ever gotten this up to? So top speed?
About 120.
Okay. Just gets a little sketchy after that, maybe?
Yeah, I think the appeal in something like this is that you can be terrified at 70.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't have to go. Like, I appreciate fast cars. I appreciate cars that go fast.
Yeah.
But to me, it's all about the sensation of speed.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Oh, like you said, it's everything. That sound and that smell is amazing. Woo! That's amazing.
built it because I wanted to see it.
Yeah.
It was stuck in my head. I'd never seen one before.
Yeah,
Sure.
It's awfully unique.
Yeah, so I was like, well, I'll make it and it'll be mine and it's what I want. And other people seem to like it too. So I'm all right,
Yeah.
cool. Have fun with it.